I refused to answer calls from my father after he left me stranded in the woods. My father was supposed to pick me up at the end of a 5-day, 74-mile hiking trip and drive me back to my car at the starting point. This was planned weeks in advance, and he even offered to do it. Since it's hard to estimate the exact time I'd finish, I gave him a pickup window between noon and 4 p.m. on the last day. The night before, I called to confirm I'd likely be done between 2 and 4 p.m. He agreed and said he'd be there. I pushed myself harder than I wanted to during the hike to make sure I'd be on time. I finished at 3 p.m., exhausted, but he wasn't there. There was no cell service, so I couldn't call to check what was going on. I waited for hours hoping he'd show up. By the time the sun started setting, I had to face reality. He wasn't coming. I didn't have enough supplies to stay overnight, so I hitchhiked back to my car, which was nerve-wracking after hiking for days and being completely drained. When I finally got service and called him, he acted like it wasn't a big deal. He said I hadn't given him an exact time, so he decided to visit a friend in another state instead. Then he casually offered to pick me up in a couple of days if I still needed help. I was furious. It wasn't just that he let me down, it was how little he seemed to care about leaving me stranded with no backup plan. Since then, I've ignored all his calls and texts because I honestly don't even know how to talk to him after this. I feel betrayed. I trusted him with something important, and he made it clear I couldn't count on